All right, cousins, welcome back to Ro Reacts TV. On this episode, it picks up where Sunny is at the doctor and she's trying to find out exactly where she's at in the pregnancy. So the episode starts out with Jocelyn saying, "Sunny, you're moving in with me. I already got Hustle on the job. He's moving everything out of your old place and into my new place." Sunny laughs and they are bonding. Sunny says, "Oh, so you're the overprotective auntie already." Jocelyn says, "I sure am. I'm waiting on my baby, my little niece or nephew." Sunny says, "Oh no, there will be no nieces." Sunny says, "Well, let me tell you about my baby daddy. He says that where I'm staying is cool and everything right now, but when the baby comes, he wants access to me and the baby at all times, and so he basically wants me to move with him when the baby arrives." Jocelyn says, "You tell your baby daddy he needs to put a ring on it if he wants you to move in with him precisely." She says, "Y'all not going to be playing house and everything when you guys can really make it the real deal." Sunny says, "You just made my mind hurt when you said that, but let me tell you what he is going to do. He's going to open up a store and we're going to the proceedings will go to the baby and the baby will have ownership of the store. And I think that's so sweet." Jocelyn says at the end of the day, Mike is going to take care of his kids. There's no way that he's going to have some kids walking around and he's not going to take care of them. So the doctor walks in and he says, "I have some news for you." He says, "I was going through the tests, I was going through your results, and have you heard of something called PCOS?" Sunny says, "Yes, polycystic ovarian something, I don't know." He says, "Yes, the thing about that, your test came back and what I'm noticing is that you have a severe hormone imbalance." He says, "Maybe you're too stressed or you work out a lot, and that may be throwing off how your hormones should really work." He says, "And because of that, that explains a lot of the symptoms that you're having. The missed periods." He says, "Weakness and the inability to keep up with everything that's going on in life right now." And to be honest, the test came back negative. Sunny says, "So I'm not pregnant?" The doctor says, "No, you're not pregnant." Sunny is upset, you can tell, and so she says, "Oh, okay." And then Jocelyn says, "Are you sure? Is there any way that you guys' test could be off a little bit?" And the doctor explains to her that, you know what, we take a blood test and a urine test just to make sure, and there's no way that our test is off, so she's actually not pregnant. So afterwards, Sunny is looking sad and Jocelyn says, "Girl, what? You're not pregnant. What are we going to do?" And so Sunny celebrates, but she's really sad inside. The next scene is Mike. He is practicing how he's going to tell Melissa that Sunny is pregnant. He's like, "Melissa, Sunny pregnant." Then he's like, "Melissa, something happened in Punta Cana and now Sunny's pregnant." Anyhow, he is nervous as he prepares to tell her, and then he gets a phone call from Sunny. Now, right before Sunny calls, Melissa walks in and Mike is like, she's like, "Oh, you know what? Nikki's on her way upstairs." And he's like, "Nah, man, I got to talk to you about something that's really important. Tell Nikki she has to leave." She like, "What?" He like, "I have to talk to you about something. It's very important. It's our business. So go downstairs and tell Nikki she has to leave." She's like, "Okay, Mike, but it better be important." So she goes downstairs and tells Nikki she has to leave, and then he gets a call from Sunny. Sunny says, "Hey, Mike." He said, "Yeah." She says, "You got a quick second to talk?" He said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, I was just calling to tell you that you don't have anything to worry about." He was like, "What do you mean I don't have anything to worry about?" She was like, "With the baby, you don't have anything to worry about." He said, "Well, did you get an abortion or something?" She says, "No, turns out that it was a false pregnancy, and now you're free." He takes a deep breath and she says, "Mike, are you there?" He says, "Yes, I'm here. He says, "Wow, so we good?" She says, "Yes, there's no baby, so I guess we're good." He says, "Well, you know what? I'm going to call you and we'll discuss whatever." She says, "I guess there's nothing to discuss because we're not having a baby." I know she's sad, but do you think he's a little sad also? And do you think Melissa is pregnant right now? Because he still did have those pregnancy symptoms. Drop your thoughts in the comments and we'll talk about it there. Thanks for watching Ro Reacts TV, and I'll see you on the next skit.